Good morning, everybody. My name is Isa, and welcome back to my channel. Today is my first solo day. I am going to Magic Kingdom. Right as I got to the Ticket Transportation Center, which is where you have to go if you're driving, and get through security and stuff, it started raining. So that was always fun to deal with as a wheelchair user, because everything just gets super slick. But the good news is that the sun is coming out. There's supposed to be some storms throughout the day, and we'll see if we can try to stay dry. My goal is to stay for the fireworks tonight, because tonight's the second night that they've got their fireworks back. I'm super excited. I'm hoping to show you guys my favorite spot to watch the fireworks, but we'll see if my battery and my energy can stay up that long. It's currently 9:53. The park opened at 8 this morning, or 9 this morning, or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I did have a later start. Normally I like to start extra early, but with trying to stay late today, I decided just to come in later, even if that meant I had to deal with the crowd coming in. So far it hasn't been terrible, but I'm gonna just turn around so you guys can see the beauty of the lake here outside of Magic Kingdom. So I had to take a little detour. Apparently my Discovery Pass needs to be validated. I thought it was already validated, but I think when we had to move things around because my mom got a new job, and so these tickets were originally hers, that it got unvalidated. So I'm just gonna validate it. I'm in line to book guest relations. The line moves pretty quickly. If you have to validate a resident pass to Disney, I would really recommend doing that at the Ticket and Transportation Center. The lines move a lot faster over there just because there's more space. So if you can, and if you're going to Magic Kingdom otherwise, then it's just a normal entrance. Just go to the guest relations area or the tickets area, and you can validate and just show your residence. I love Magic Kingdom so much, but one thing that is really difficult for me because of my manual wheelchair is trying to get over these train tracks or trolley tracks. So I will have to put you up for just a second, or maybe I can figure something out. I think I'm going to try something, see if I can figure it out. Okay, so here we've got the big old Disney store. And then we've got our confectionery. Ooh, I'm gonna go up on the sidewalk. I think, try to decide what I should do first. I'm gonna skip photos just because it looks super busy right now. And I'll try to get them later, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But I have the photo pass. I strongly recommend it, especially if you're a resident, and you're gonna come a lot, because I've gotten incredible photos that I wouldn't have gotten normally on vacation, especially since it's very difficult to get good family pictures for my family with everything going on and my not wanting to be in the way and stuff. Let's see what's going on in Fantasyland. So I am in line for the PhilharMagic. After It's a Small World, I got a time to come back for Peter Pan because it's one of my favorites. And I'm actually having a lot of fun. Some things that I didn't realize what happened on my solo trip, I guess. I'm always kind of nervous to go out by myself as a wheelchair user. You never know what's going to happen, especially with my chronic illness. I don't have to worry about going too slow or too fast, which is just a huge relief that I didn't think was going to be a thing. I can stop and take pictures and take as much time as I need or want. So far I'm having a great time by myself, which is something I'm kind of surprised about, so it's a good surprise. Alright, I gotta go in. Talk to you guys later. All right, so I am now at Sleepy Hollow, and I had to get myself a sweet and spicy chicken waffle. I'll show you in just a second. I didn't realize that it came with a chip, so I ordered a chip. So now I have 2 chips, which I'll figure something out to do. I'm very excited to try this, so let's try it. Okay, that was really good. The waffle was a little softer than what I had thought. It was kind of messy, but I think that might have been because I tried to rip it apart to make it a little easier to eat. It's a type of spicy that, like, I love spicy food. However, I'm really bad with spicy food, so I can't tolerate that much heat in a laughable way sometimes. So it was perfect for me. It'd be too much for my mom and not enough for my youngest sibling. Take that as you will. I hope that brings to light, but it was really good. It was $11, and it came with chips, so that's, I think, an awesome deal for Disney. Anyway, I think I'm going to try to get a picture with some photographers nearby, and then move on to go back to my reservation for Seven Dwarfs. So I want to talk to you guys about PhilharMagic, because PhilharMagic is so much fun, and I haven't been going the last couple times we've been here, and it's a fun event, like fun thing to go to, especially when there's lots of kids in the audience, because they are amazed by everything. Parents are amazed by everything. It is a really fun little show, and it's in the AC, so definitely worth it. I walked right on, but overall it was fantastic. I just went in there. They have great disability seating. Just a fun show, and it's so cute. The little kids are just amazed. Yeah, I will check in with you guys probably when I get closer to the Seven Dwarfs. I'm currently stuck under an awning. It's past my return time for Seven Dwarfs, but it is raining again. I think the sun is about to come out, but it is really pretty. I love the green. So besides the crowds, really, as someone who's from Texas, who grew up in Texas, I love the summer here in Florida, like truly love it. I think we had one day where it was about 100, or at least it felt like 100, but it rains almost every day, and when it rains, it does get humid, which if that's not your thing, it's fine, but my body can handle humidity so much better than it can handle raw heat. And so this just cools things down. It clears crowds out. My family has never been to Florida during the summer because of the heat, so this is awesome. I made the guy at Buzz Lightyear feel bad for me. When I go into the rides, I have to say how many people they're for, like who is it for specifically, so they can select it in my party. And the guy's like, "Oh, are you doing this because everyone else is doing a different ride?" And I was like, "No, it's just me today." And he's like, "Oh, are you getting around okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I didn't tell him this, but I'm doing better than I thought I'd be." I know I said that a couple times already, but I'm going to say it again. So far, for me and my mobility, and if you're a wheelchair user, and evaluate this as you will, I am doing far better right now than I thought I would be. In some ways better than I would be with other people, because I'm able to maneuver the world that is convenient to me instead of having to defer for what's convenient for other people. So that's really nice. I got like a 4-minute wait time, so I'm just waiting in the shade. It is getting kind of humid. The sun is back out, but I think I'm gonna go on Buzz Lightyear, and then I'm gonna go on the People Mover and maybe the Carousel of Progress. We'll see. We'll just see how I'm feeling. So just planetary pilot. I once got Galactic Hero and it was a very cool experience. Well, that was the most physically demanding line I've had today. I'm on the People Mover, and to get on the People Mover, you generally go through the line if you have a mobility aid, like I do, and you need it through the line. You go through the line, and then when you get to the entrance to the ride, like to go up to the entrance, you have to park your mobility device. So I had to park my chair a little bit far away, which was a little tiring, but whatever. I kind of wished that I had my cane with me to do it, but it was fine. I used my umbrella. But then you go on this moving walkway thing, and it goes straight up on a hill. And while I was on it, the ride, everything came to a stop, and we had to walk up the rest of the way of the hill. And then because everything had stopped, they were a little bit behind. Because they were a little bit behind, I had to stand in line for probably 5-ish minutes, which isn't that big of a deal. But in the heat, with holding all of my stuff that normally is on my chair, it got a little exhausting. Ooh, look at this storm coming in. But I think I'm gonna go charge my wheelchair and like my smart drive in the store by Space Mountain next. So I will check in with you there. We're gonna look around the store together. Okay, so we made it to the store right outside the exit for Space Mountain, and I just had the scariest thing happen. I got down from the People Mover, and I looked over to where my wheelchair, I had parked my wheelchair, and it was gone. And I try not to panic, even though I'm very inclined to panic. And the buttons on my chair makes me even more worried because the smart drive was on it, which means that if anyone was mean enough and knew enough that they could just take the chair and have the working smart drive, they wouldn't have a charger, but just like have an entire wheelchair that's a custom wheelchair, and it just literally a source of my nightmares. It was gone. But I tried to look around to see if someone moved it, couldn't find it. Then I went and talked to one of the cast members nearby, and it was like, hey, I can't find my wheelchair. It was right here. It was parked where it wasn't supposed to be parked, apparently. I didn't know that. But that's not why she moved it. She's like, oh yeah, I moved it because I didn't want you to like burn yourself because it looked like it would get super hot in the sun and you left it in the sun. And I was like, that is really sweet. But also, I didn't tell her this, but if you see someone's wheelchair and you're moving it to not be in the sun, which is really nice, very sweet of you, unless you can be right there when they come off and be like, hey, I moved it, don't move it. Because that is one of the most terrifying experiences truly ever, like literally one of my nightmares. Okay, anyway, now it's either just about to start pouring rain or it has started pouring rain. I've been hearing thunder for probably about 5 minutes, and there's a lot of people in this store, so I'm just gonna hang out right here. I plugged in my smart drive, so to kind of get an idea where this is, if you come out of Space Mountain, so if you're coming out, turn right, and it is in the back corner by one of the custom tables that you're ordering your custom match bands and stuff like that. And you can find a spot with a few outlets, but what's really nice about it is if you have something that can be plugged in with a USB, they have these wonderful little guys all over. And it's a really great place to just stop and take a rest, eat a snack, get some water, which is what I'm about to do. I can hear the rain now. It's pouring. It's really, really pouring. But I'm just going to plug in my stuff and probably hang out on TikTok for a while to zone out of the people-ness of right now and try to calm down and plug in my camera. So I will see you real soon. So we're all charged up. The rain has stopped. I think I was here for like 30 minutes. Anyway, I wanted to show you the area a little bit better. So from the exit, so the exit's right behind that stand there, all the way over here, here's one area, and then there's another area back there that are really great charging stations. I don't know about the outlet situation in the second space. I do know that there's a couple seating areas that you can like rest and stuff, and they're not great outlet situations there. But overall, really great places to charge things without it being in the way. And I wanted to show you guys that before I head on to the next thing, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I will check in when I figure it out. I decided to stop for a LeFou's brew. I got a time for the Winnie the Pooh ride, and I'll come back after I finish this. So LeFou's brew here is a no sugar added apple frozen drink with a hint of marshmallow and an all natural mango. I'm checking online right now. Mango and passion fruit. So it's pretty good. So before I leave this area, I wanted to show you something, which is one of my go-to charging places. Here is the Gaston statue right there. Here's the restaurant and the store. Over there, by that tree, in that little box thing, is a port, and I use that for my wheelchair. I'll plug it in, and because my cord's long enough, I'll just leave my chair there, and then generally like sit on the ground or something, or go into the restaurant with a friend or family.
Nowadays, I've mended all my ways, repented, sealed the fact, and made a switch. Try me! Oh dear! Hang on tightly, Roo! Look, Mama,
I hope you can hear me. It's really loud. I'm on the ferry to just go around. I am definitely feeling the day. It was supposed to be a quiet space, but I think it might be only quiet if you're upstairs, which sucks. It's a wheelchair user, and on this like ferry, I don't even know what the proper term it is. I'm pretty sure it's the ferry, but there's a massive like hill on this ramp. Like it's really steep ramp to get on the boat, which sucks. I had to get out of my chair and push the chair up because I got about halfway and then slipped down, which was terrifying when you're over a body of water. I've got about 5 hours until the fireworks, so I'm really hoping that it's gonna be worth it. And at this point, I don't have a ride until after the fireworks, so we'll figure it out. I might be taking Advil. I might hang out at Contemporary if it gets to be too much. I have a little bit of a headache coming on, and I'm just really sore and tired, especially with all the rain, because it keeps raining, which is fine, but it makes braking on my wheelchair really difficult. So I will check in with you guys later, but for now, let's enjoy this ferry. So I feel a lot better now. I found a quiet corner after I got off of the thing, ferry, I think that's what it's called. And I got to talk to my youngest sibling who's been on a trip all week. Sorry, I gotta deal with smart drive shenanigans. Oof. And hold on just a second. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but my smart drive's not working consistently. It just won't start. I'm hoping it's a button issue, and if it's a button issue, I can just call them because I just bought these buttons less than a year ago. So I really think that any mobility device is probably going to have issues. And the smart drive just sometimes is inconsistent. And when it works, it's great. And when it doesn't, it can be absolute hell, especially when you are at the end of your day and or getting to your end of your energy and spoons and stuff. So, whatever. I am trying to go find a snack. And it's probably I'll just hang out around the Main Street area for a little bit. But yeah, as I was saying, I got to talk to my youngest sibling, and they said I should hang out in Main Street for a little while. So I'm gonna do that, and maybe if I can get a second wind, I'll go on some rides, get some times. But yeah, let's go find a snack. So my smart drive died entirely. Well, not it, the buttons, I think. I hope. But it's gone for now until I can figure out how to fix it or get it replaced. And so I had to leave. I really don't like that I had to leave. But the good news is that I was able to get from Casey's, because I tried to stop and eat something to see if that would help me feel better at least. I stopped at Casey's, and when I stopped at Casey's, I was able to get all the way from Casey's to the boat to get to the Polynesian Resort, because I'm going to meet my mom at the Polynesian, because that was easier than trying to get through the Ticket Transportation Center. And she won't be here for a long time anyway, but I couldn't handle being in the crowd at Magic Kingdom anymore, so I'm on a boat to go to the Polynesian, and I had to transfer this boat specifically. Other boats can have, like, they have ramps, but this one didn't, so I had to transfer out, and we had to lift my chair into the boat, so, or kind of put it down, and I'll have to lift it out, which is not the end of the world. It's just not ideal. I'm really sad. I feel like my day is ending on a really, really sad note. And I will talk about my frustrations when I'm in a more private space and you can even hear me what I'm saying now. Yeah. So I am now at the Polynesian and sitting in the lobby, resting a little bit. So let's start with the things we're thankful for, because I feel like that's a good way to start. I am super thankful for the boat being straight, that some of the boats, they have an incline when you get there, and I thought I'd have to push my chair up the incline, and it's a very limited amount of space, which means I can't take my time very well, and it's very difficult to maneuver, sometimes even with a smart drive. And it was a flat surface, it was very wide, it was very, very nice. I thought about recording, but I was busy trying to get places and do things. So I was able to push myself about halfway to the main building. So that's pretty good for me. All the way from Casey's to the boat, then from the boat halfway to the main area of Polynesian. So I am really disappointed that I couldn't make it the whole day, first of all, and then I'm also disappointed that it just, part of me feels like every time I get to a place where I can be independent, and I am feeling good and I am feeling confident about my ability to maneuver the world, something goes wrong that just hits me in the gut. That's like, you can't do this. And what's scary about that is that most days I don't have to realize. Most days I'm not doing things that are pushing me. Most days I'm not, both figuratively and literally. But most days I'm not doing things that like push my limits. And so I don't ever have to discover where they are. And what makes that really difficult is when my limits are not as far as they once were, I guess, if that makes sense. Because last time I remember sitting in this room, I wasn't walking, I was using a wheelchair, to get around, but not nearly as much as I have to use it now. And that's just frustrating, you know? But on the other side, I didn't have this incredible wheelchair that I can push. That may be difficult, but when I first got this wheelchair, I couldn't push myself very far at all. So being able to push myself that distance is absolutely incredible and something I should be celebrating. So it's just a complicated mess of stuff, and these mobility devices allow me to have the independence I crave until they stop working, and that's the frustrating part, is that I'm still dependent on a piece of technology that's very fallible. It's just the way it is. But yeah, those are my thoughts for now. I know it's depressing, but I also find it kind of humorous in a dark way that, of course, all of this is happening on the second day of Disability Pride Month. It's also happening 6 days before my birthday, which I had plans. I don't remember if I told you that, but I had plans to go out on my birthday, so I have to figure out how to do that now, if I can, because there's a hurricane. So life just keeps getting tossed at you, but trying to look on the positive so I'm not so sour sounding when I talk to my mom next, because I was very tired when I talked to her last. I will be able to watch some fireworks, hopefully, from the beach, and maybe get some cute pictures, who knows. And I get to spend some time with my mom, which will be nice, because I don't have a lot of time left to just spend time with my family. So, trying to look on the positive side, not that I have to, but you can't just feel one way about being disabled, and that's just the case. And it's not about my disability, it's about it is a little bit about my disability. Anyway, I will see you guys later, probably when I have my mom, but see you real soon.